That is with nature's blessings, we always start our sessions. And welcome to MSME Problem Statement. Myself, Desika Prabhakar, founder and director of DPurpose Foundation, and we have our COO, Lakshmi from DPurpose Foundation as well. So very, very grateful to have you with us today, and thank you so much for waiting so patiently. This session is an MSME Problem Statement Session. It is for the initiative by United Nations specific program called Unleash and our NGO, the DPurpose Foundation, as part of the second edition of the event Hack4Purpose, where we are trying to bridge MSMEs, the real-time problems, to college students and our class of mentors, trainers, and judges to combine all of these, brains and put them to impact to real-time problem solving for all the MSMEs. So this initiative is a one-of-a-kind initiative that we are trying to do to bridge MSMEs with innovation and upskill them and support them with all the innovation and technology there is. So first, we're going to give you some guidelines as to how this process works. As I said, this is a one-of-a-kind initiative that we're trying to do, and we have taken 100 MSMEs as part of this edition. So we are trying to gather problem statements from you and provide solutions. So the first thing is there is no cost involved whatsoever that you have to pay or anything as payment or cost. There is absolutely nothing involved in the whole process. This is purely to understand your problems and provide solutions and technology for your problems. When we develop a technology for your company throughout this whole process, it is purely on a case-to-case basis that we decide the IP or rights that goes into the whole process. So it will be on a case-to-case basis because we want to keep it very fair to all the participating members in the whole of the process. So this is this process goes on from June till December. By we will get all your problem statements and put it up in our website. The students are going to apply and choose particular problem statements. So what we're going to do is then we're going to choose teams who will then receive grants to take this whole process, whichever we have selected, to actually go and make the product and make the technology so that can be given to the MSME. So this is how the whole process works. As I mentioned, this is a first proof of concept. We are trying to bridge the student innovators, the mentors, and the MSMEs as a first sort of a unique initiative. It's not 100% guaranteed that you will definitely get your aspired solution, but maximum we will try to give you whatever is possible from our end. So first, we would like to request you to start off by talking about your company, your role in the company, the products that your company has been doing, how many years you are into existence. So that would be the start of the session. Over to you.
Yeah, thank you very much for the great update, and I will start with my company. My company today's name is Elcom FutureTech Private Limited. Initially started in 1996, and we started with the name Elcom Door Communications India Private Limited. It was a German collaboration at that time, and we were manufacturing electronic security systems and video door phones. We are the first in India to start that. So after a lot of takeovers and mergers and acquisitions, we separated from the German company in 2018, and from that onwards, then we started with our own journey. Parallelly, we had another company called Luxury Energy Private Limited. It was totally in solar. We started that in Germany. We came back in India, and now I am the one who is in both the companies, and so we merged both the companies, and now there is one company going ahead. It's called Elcom FutureTech Private Limited. We changed the name from that, and Luxury has been merged with Elcom. So that's a clear road ahead to do. Now, what we did in solar till today, I must tell you, I am basically a solar engineer. I completed my education in Germany in 1991 to 96. Then I came back to India. At that time, solar was nascent, and we started with electronics, of course, and then slowly again we came back to solar. Today we have stopped the electronics security systems, and we are doing completely solar. Our main thing is we do critical applications based solutions, that is around 40% of the part. For example, we do BIPV systems, building integrated photovoltaics. Now that is, the roof itself is solar. You know, the concept is like Why should we have a roof, and on the top of the roof we should again have a solar? We can make the roof itself a waterproof, and we did that couple of projects, and they are running very well. So that is a niche thing. That's a technological development. Apart from that, we do also solar for residential, for industrial purpose. We give solar solutions for pumping systems or floating solar, and then we also do for industries open access solar. Like the industries open access is something like 5 megawatt of solar plant, and you are giving the power to the industries. So that type of complete solutions, that is what we do. But myself, being a technology driven person, I must say that I'm more interested to find innovative solutions, and for this purpose I would always like to work with students and engineers, and that is why I also go to universities and do lectures and tie up with them and motivate them to work in this field. So that is the thing. We should not imitate exactly what the West is doing, but we should have our own technologies. So, well, yes, so I have some of the ideas which we can collaborate, and I think so we can strengthen our economy, and we require the people who want to make a future in that, they can join us. Yeah.
Thank you so much for that lovely introduction. Yes, that was great to see your journey, and from electronics to solar to the whole roof being solar. It was very interesting to hear all the technology. So with that, we will go into the problem statements now. So as the whole process works in a way that we want to improve the revenues of the MSMEs, or to see how we can cut down their burdening costs. So what are the things that would either cut down your costs or bring more revenues to your company, and how can we support on the innovation front in this? Please elaborate.
Well, I gave a lecture in Climafex also on my roof, smart solar roofs in 2 years back in Chennai. So that was very well taken. Now we have done some great projects in solar roof, and I want to take this technology further, and I would like to collaborate with people who can design, work on that. How can we make it cheaper? Just now it is like double the cost than the normal conventional solar, but we want to make it win-win, easy to install, easy to adopt, and the people see value into that thing. So it's like a team effort. It's a marketing. It's a technical expertise, and then to put all the things together, where we have developed a trainer for that. How to train people, how to install the solar. Like just imagine let me give one example. In India has around 230,000 railway stations, and all these railway stations are going to be upgraded in coming 10 years, right? We are doing a lot of new investments in the railways upgradation. And these roofs, they don't need to be upgraded. They are asbestos roof. And we can put a solar generating roof which is waterproof, which is light, which is semi-transparent. It generates power, and it's economical in the long run. It's sustainable. So we can it's a huge impact. Now how can we do that? I alone cannot do it. So I require teams who can come together. We develop each and every component, and we have repeatability. So I require people who are this innovative mind, who can join me, and they say, okay, let's do this. And everything, you work 24/7. I used to work at that time, and we develop something like this, and I think it has a huge future. It's not in India but everywhere. Just see every factories, they are putting a roof, a tin roof, and on that they are putting solar. So we should remove that, because we can directly put the roof that is solar. But there are challenges, because just now it's expensive. People don't know how to install. There are not many people into this who would like to go in. How can you convince the people that this is the great technology? There are safety features involved. How to make it more safe? That something does not fall down. It's a glass panel. So how to do that thing? So these are all the things that can be worked out, and I think so. There is a lot of scope of development into this thing. Other projects that I look forward is agrivoltaics. Agrivoltaics is something which is, I said, there's a solar, and below the solar you make the solar on a higher. You don't put on the ground at a lower 3 meters, but you put it at some 5 meters high, and you put up a solar, and below that you have the whole crop growing in. A lot of crop does not require that huge heat that we have. So sometimes shadow and then we can increase per acre of output, the solar output and the agriculture output. And that is also a great investment, and that's a great project. That is what we can do. And this need to be planned. This need to be done. Which are the crops which are going to come inside? How we can do there's a drip irrigation. There's a agriculture that is involved over there. There's a solar energy involved over there. Then this solar things that they go. Then you can the solar energy is then transformed and kept into a energy storage. And the energy storage, the huge energy storage, and this energy storage also uses for grid stabilization. And this grid stabilization is there so that at night you can use this energy, and you can run the cold storage houses. So whatever the agriculture storage is, agriculture product that come in, that can be stored, and it can be nicely processed, nicely packed, and then it can be sold. That's a huge thing that can happen in all the parts of the country, and not only in India but also abroad. And I see a lot of value addition for every farmer, and every farmer can be given in a cooperative way. So one acre of land, and he can do the farming over there, and we can collect all the farmings, and we can or it's a company. I don't need to have agriculture cooperative, but you can have a company doing that, and people can be employed. And there are a lot of crops like aloe vera, ginger, turmeric, which are smaller plants, and this has a huge demand world over. That can be organically grown, and it can be sustainable. The energy that is used is your own. The water that you are using is drip irrigation, and you store them for the times when there is a shortage. Onions, garlic, these are the potatoes, these are the things that runs for whole of the year, and this is what the people require, that there is no shortage over there. And they are nicely been packed over there, processed nicely, sorted in shapes and design, and I don't know what, it's like you can say the size, and there's a whole processing unit, and then it can be said organically grown under this project, and in supermarket that can be nicely delivered, and it can be marketed nicely. So I think so these are the things that is important, that innovative things I would like to work in these areas. And that is why I cannot do everything alone. I require a team and inspired people, inspired students who want to join.
Thank you so much. That was indeed, like, we can see the passion that you have for sustainability and real-time impact, especially when you talk about agrivoltaics, the holistic approach that you mentioned, right? It was a complete circle, which we understood from developing it, from the energy part, again utilizing it back with grid stabilization for the cold storage of all the vegetables and fruits, which would again benefit a whole of the community as well as the environment. So what we have taken so far as problem statement is the first on reducing the cost of the whole solar roof setup, inbuilt roof setup, compared to the ones where they put a roof on top and then again have to put the installation. Apart from that, you would have a direct solar roof built in with a good amount of parameters that you mentioned, with transparencies, waterproofing, and all of the at an affordable price. So how do we design this, and how do we make this process? We have taken that as a first statement, and the second statement is completely completely on agricultural setup. We would select maybe 1 or 2 crops and see to design the whole process, the balance till the cold storage, how this process will work, and the economic feasibility of the whole process, and how the benefits for the different stakeholders in the whole process. So we have taken these 2 statements from your side. If there is anything else that would be required in your product and facilities, or anything else which we can contribute, please do feel free to add on the points. If not, we can go into the last part of the session where you can talk about the sustainability initiatives taken by your company so far, or the plans that you have ahead immediately on terms of taking any initiative on sustainability. Please let us.
Well, more than that, I would like to see that the sustainable projects can only be done with inspired sustainable children. I mean the students. That is important. So that to imbibe that, what is sustainability and how you can do, and you study in a strong science, strong engineering, and not just copy something that is available over there. That type of mindset needs to be developed, and that is very important. And then the good solutions will come out, right? We have to work on metallurgy, we have to work on designs, we have to work on reducing the cost, but still strong engineering and strong science values has to be applied to that. The second thing is we need to also market it properly. So it's the engineering students along with the marketing MBA students, or the people who are in marketing that need to work together. And then to make it holistic, we require designers who can design a nice concept, and then you say, okay, this is the concept. It's exactly one thing 100,000 times you can do, and it is easy for everybody to do. So these are the training modules need to be developed. Then I think so every MSME can be worked under license of somebody, and we want to make it accessible to everybody, and this development, whatever it costs is there, everybody should be stakeholders. Like I always see it's not my company is just experimental phase for everybody who want to come join, and they want to develop something, and they want to take it further. So that is one of the thing. The second thing about sustainability projects that we have taken is, for example, both my house and my factory, there we have hybrid solar systems, and we work almost like 90% is the energy that we use is from solar. That is one thing. We do a lot of rainwater harvesting. Every drop has been, so we are water positive. We use water, but we save the water more in our company. So whatever the rainwater is there, that has been collected and put in a bore, and so we are water positive. Of course, we have a huge garden, and everywhere that is what the trees and everything on my factory and my home. Everywhere we have planted a lot of trees, and we like to keep it green, and also nature has to be preserved. We don't use any pesticides or no chemicals that are being used over there. So the biocycle is very well maintained. Like my garden will have a lot of worms, or sometimes, but I want the birds to come and birds to eat that and everything, otherwise the birds they die. So that is the one thing is there. Then we have also a program where we have promote a lot of female staff in our company. We do have, and not so much, but we still have around some percentage of around 20%. Then we don't use any child labor, not at all. All ethical practices are being used. Absolutely, all the taxation and everything is done. Not a single rupee of cash. That is what we do. Then we are very much worried of taking care of the compliances. Just now we also got, I don't know whether you know, the Z Gold certification, SZED. Yeah, that's from the Government of India's initiative. That is also we have obtained that. So that is what we have. So we like to learn, we would like to go further, and we have also a lot of support from a lot of our networks from Germany and Europe and Australia. With them we work together in the new technologies. Just now with the Australian company, we are working on to make a 365 square meter of dish, where there will be boiler will be placed on the top, and then you can generate the steam. So I am also indirectly involved over there. We work with Americans also. So these are the I'm more of a self-employed person, and working towards what gives me a lot of fun, and in technological advances can be done. So that is my story about it.
Thank you so much. That was super impactful, and we can see how there is a drive in you for sustainability and all, especially in your home and factory. We can see that you really live what you say and practice what you say. So we are very grateful that, and we need more people to also follow your front. And thank you so much for sharing all the valuable insights today and for giving us problem statements. We will keep you updated on the progress once it's up on our site, and then steps going forward.
Thank you very much for you inspired people. You can drive everybody up, in sustainability. So
thank you.